It just lagged for a second. Hey, you, come on, sit down. You're sitting at the grown up table. I'm your host, Jesse Pimpinella. Tonight, John is right now, he's on assignment, but I got a great show for you tonight. Tonight, we're going to be talking about some of the stuff we're going to put to rest for 2023, some of the topics, some of the trending stuff, some of the things we talked about in the past show, so we can set the table finally for 2024. All right. And to do that, I'm bringing in a good friend on the show with me tonight. He's a bit hysterical stand-up comic. You should make sure you follow him on TikTok, Facebook. He's got a great little segment that he does on there. He'll tell you a little bit more about that. Give it up for Zach Harley. Zach, how you doing, man?
That was the nicest intro I've ever gotten. Ever. The last time I went on stage, they said, "Here's a guy," and then I walked up. So
here's another filthy white male in 2024.
Yeah.
Just what we needed.
Yeah, here's another guy you don't want to look at.
I was headlining a show one time, and legitimately, the person before me was like, "All right, we have an important vote coming up." It was when that vote for democracy was happening here in Columbus. The person brought the whole mood of the show down. Had someone come up on stage with her, sing a cappella. The room is crying, and I have to go next. And part of me, I'm looking at the booker. I'm like, dude, the show's over. Like, who wants this fucking guy to come on stage? A woman of color is literally bringing the audience down in a very soulful mood, like inspirational. It's like you don't want like, hey, it's not like Joe Biden, anchored Obama's speech at the inauguration. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey,
black president.
We're gonna sing about this huge healthcare thing that's gonna impact millions. You want to hear some jokes?
Want to hear some good jokes?
You want to hear a dirty joke?
Yeah. So yeah, it still, the show went really well. I mean, I just poked fun at it, but as for intros go, dude, yeah, a lot of people don't understand intros can make and break a performance, a show, because if you don't bring the person up right, you could set the expectations up for somebody in a horrible manner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's no one gets that. So that's the one thing as a host, someone who's hosted for a long, long time, I've learned that no, you got to make sure you give everybody their flowers, give them their due. And your segment that you do on TikTok is hilarious. Could you tell us a little bit about that, like kind of what you do? I call it "And Here's the News" segment. Like,
and here's the news, and I just make fun of current news stories. Hopefully, by the time this comes out, this one will be done. 80% right now on the one I just did. Just finished editing about 10 minutes ago. But yeah, just real news story. It's a real headline, and then I'll just make fun of it a little bit. It's pretty fun.
And it's also kind of a great tool to do that, because it keeps you on your wits with joke writing. And like nowadays, I mean, if you ever wanted a career in like late night, I mean, you got to be able to pump 50 of those out a day. So the fact that your mindset is kind of adjusted to that, because I do a little bit of that for my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel was stand up, and then it was a little bit of that, and now it's a little bit more sketch. So it's kind of, but like I still go back to it every year.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, I try to take all the jokes I wrote all year and put together like a mini special. Kind of.
Oh, I like that. I like that idea, like a worst of type deal. I mean, best of. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh yeah, trust me.
Yeah.
Some of my critics would say worst of, so it's not, that isn't too far off. Actually, it might have been a little bit too on the nose, but a little bit like
how about we take 5 on your crowd?
Yeah, but anyways. So yeah, tonight, like I said, Zach, we're going to be talking about some of the biggest moments of 2023, the defining moments, the moments we're going to remember, the moments that when people look back 20 years ago, they're going to go, okay, that was a very 2023 thing, like how we view the 90s and we think about Tamagotchis. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
the Tamagotchis. No one knows that. Everybody thinks like that's the next thing after hentai. I'm like, no, that was a thing you put in your pocket. And they're like, no, I have something I put in my pocket. I'm like, no, not a pocket pussy. Tamagotchi, never mind, forget it. It's just, it's you know what I mean? Like, no one knows that stuff.
That was the first thing a lot of suburban kids killed. That was their first. Yeah, that was their first take.
And then they
Isn't
moved
that the
on.
one you didn't feed? If you didn't feed it for too long, you logged on. It's like Henry's dead. It's like, damn.
He's dead.
Henry's 8 pixels, but
Yeah, that's how they just start not to feel anything inside. Like,
yeah,
we're just all pixels.
yeah, we killed that, and then when the Furby wouldn't shut up, we hoped it died.
We
but you
hoped it
couldn't
died.
kill those things. Yeah,
No.
so you had to move.
You had to move.
You just moved.
You
There
drew
is a house in Parma, Ohio, somewhere, just full of 8 Furbies running the world.
They just treat it like the Annabelle doll. Like, once you have it in the house, like, you just have to leave. You have
yeah.
to leave.
I think the one's up for mayor in the upcoming election in 2024. They're gonna get Mayor Furby. Fur Daddy is what his supporters call him.
Dude, it's the beak that freaks me out. It's the like, you know what I mean? It's like the opposite of like how a platypus is like a duck and a beaver with a duck bill, and this one's like a furball with. It freaks me out.
It's like they saw 2 kids like do the old Pringles thing, and they're like, "That's it. That's what we're rolling with."
Well, speaking of toys and fads, this year, this event took place, and it involved a toy, but it also involved another toy which the Americans made. Barbenheimer. We had the bomb and Barbie. Yay!
Yeah.
Did you partake? And this goes out to anybody. Comment live because your comments will show up here. Did you partake in the Barbenheimer movie theater experience? Did you go to both? You didn't?
Nope.
What was your thoughts on that? Did you roll your eyes at that? You're like, oh, Jesus Christ. I hope I don't want to mate with this society, or like what? How did it make you feel?
No, I'm poor, so I don't go there. I haven't been to a movie theater since 2017.
What? What was the last movie you saw?
Game Night with Rachel McAdams. And the only reason I went is because I got a free movie theater ticket in my stocking.
What was the last movie you paid for then? What's the last movie you paid for, you think? Daddy's Home? Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell? Before that, it was the first Avatar. That's 2014. No, that's 2009. Holy shit. Yeah, it was a date my sophomore year of high school. Holy shit. Okay. Well, but Barbie's on HBO now, so I've been trying to carve out some time to do that. You're catching up with the 2000 teens. Look, I just saw Jurassic Park for the first time not too long ago. So to expect me to see a new movie. That's fair. And that's a great movie. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. So it's the modern day Prometheus. It's a modern day Frankenstein story. So but I want to watch it. It looks fun. I like Margot Robbie. She's always looking fun, you know. This movie is okay. So when this movie came out, like, it was so crazy. I went to the Barbenheimer event. My wife and I, we got a little pink, got a little dark, and we went back to back to movies and all that stuff. And I will tell you that the Barbie movie is hilariously fun. But I think the best aspect of it is Ken discovering what the patriarchy is and absolutely loving it is the funniest. It is the funniest piece of comedy ever. Like, he keeps going into he's in the real world now. He goes to a hospital. He's like, so I'm a doctor now, right? That's how this works here. Just a doctor. I'm just a doctor. That's what I do now. I'm like, but I think then that means George Santos thought he was Ken. He's like, I'm a congressman now. Right? Ken was George Santos. I'm a Jewish man now. Right? I'm a Jewish man. No, I'm just Jewish. I'm not fully. My favorite thing anyone's ever said in the history of effort. Dude, the George Santos thing, like, I guess I didn't get the fat of that immediately because I was just like, he's a politician that lies. But this one, I guess what's so special about him is that he obviously lies. Like, because we all have embellished a resume. I've written 4 years of experience when I had 2.5. This man wrote down that he has done literally everything there is to do by age 38. He's like, yeah, I already was president in my own country that I started when I was 10. And voters were like, all right, I like this man's gusto. Like, that's... You know what? I have to respect it. Here's the thing. I don't like politicians in general, but man, I love when there's one that's like just so out of pocket.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, this is an out of pocket one. We love him. You know what I mean? Like he's just pure entertainment.
He's
And
out
he's
of
like,
pocket and out of the closet. He's just out of everywhere. All
he's
right.
out of everywhere. He's out of his mind and out of the closet.
Yeah.
But like he literally he's like that thing in Harry Potter 3 when they're trying to learn how to that little like the
Oh
bug
yeah.
turn into
Yeah.
whatever scares you. He can
Yeah.
turn whatever the truth is for him. He's like, I'm Jewish, and then he comes out and it's like, lie. You know what I mean? Like, I love that he said he was Jewish.
Ish. Just ish.
It
Not
just
fully.
just ish.
Don't you
I
tell me
only have the bar, but not the mitzvah. Just
yeah. Mitzvah too far, but I like the bar. Yeah.
I got the bar big time. But yeah, going back so have you seen any of these movies real quick?
No.
All right, so this will be fun because I want to get your opinion on this because
Okay.
I learned a lot about Oppenheimer, and so this is good. So you haven't seen the movie, so I've been asking you a bunch of questions and see if you knew this, or maybe it was just because I went to a Catholic school. My school failed me. What happened first? Bombing Japan or defeating Germany?
Japan.
See, I didn't know that. I thought we bombed Japan, then Germany. I didn't know it was the other way around.
No, Germany was like icing on the cake. They're like, and for our last act.
Wait. No. Sorry, I think I may have mistake. We got Germany first, then Japan.
Oh, that was the cherry on top. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, apparently we defeated German, and then in the movie they're like, "Well, we made this bomb. What do we do with it?" And the America's like,
I got a couple ideas out
"Got
there.
a couple ideas. I mean, if we can't use it on Germany, everybody remember Pearl Harbor?" Like, and then the best part was as soon as that movie came out, Godzilla -1 came out, which is about the days after we bombed them.
Mm.
So it was like we got an Oppenheimer spinoff. But the weirdest thing about this movie, Zach, that I will tell you about that I want you to keep an eye on is this probably had Christopher Nolan clearly is one of the best directors of our time. Clearly. But in this movie, I think he totally fucks with his audience in one aspect. And he has the weirdest sex scene I've ever seen in a movie ever. Like, it's just awkward. And at one point, after they have sex, you have Cillian Murphy sitting in a chair, his legs crossed, fully naked, smoking a pipe. And on the other side, you got Florence Pugh naked, bush, pipe, everything. And they're just smoking, talking to each other about philosophy. And I'm like, what is going on here? Like, you could have cut
on,
that out of the
Google
movie.
who all of these people are.
Okay, Florence Pugh is the new Black Widow.
Skinny dude, right?
What?
Cillian Murphy's the skinny, weird-looking dude,
He's the
right?
skinny, weird-looking dude. Yes, he's the Scarecrow from Batman Begins.
Okay, all right.
And then Florence Pugh is the new Black Widow.
Right.
And they're just buck naked, sitting across from each other in a hotel room, smoking, going, I don't see. Do you think I'm a communist? I'm just like, what are you guys doing?
Ignore all of this. How do you feel about
How do you feel about communism?
So let's get down.
You ever,
what are your politics?
Zach, I don't mean to get too deep here, but you ever fuck someone so hard you start questioning communism? Like, just out of curiosity. Me, not there. But maybe
I don't remember the last time I didn't, actually. I think that's how every time I have sex it ends. I go, so how are you feeling? You think everybody should get this or what?
Well, I mean, if you are a giving lover and you make sure that everybody got something, I mean, that is communism to an extent. So, I mean, maybe sex in a sense in the perfect world is a very communistic act. It is.
I mean, everyone should get some. Yeah.
Just pull out.
I mean, you know. There's some people that probably don't deserve it.
Like some frat guy pulls out, and the girl's like, "I didn't come yet. Shut up, you communistic bitch!" And he runs out.
It's for everybody.
He's not. He's not.
Like,
It's not that he's a bad lover. He's just so damn American.
yeah.
He loves capitalism so much.
He's like, you finished, and I am never done. Freedom is never done.
All right, so yeah, so this movie I will say was a crazy, fun little phenomenon. It was the second time Will Ferrell was in a movie where he played the evil CEO.
Lego movie.
Toys. Yeah, it was the exact same role essentially.
Love it.
Exact role. It's good. This movie definitely check out if you want to. It's fun. Oppenheimer, definitely check that out. Always a good time. I think one of the saddest scenes is like after we bombed Japan, like Oppenheimer's like, "Do you think we needed to do that? You think we need to do that?" And the president just gaslights him like, "You little pussy. Of course we had to do it." Like, in so many words, he said it like that. Like, of course we had to do it.
Also, I want to know what the alternative was if the whole room went. That probably wasn't the best idea. Yeah, you're right. How do we?
I don't know what we need to do.
Who approved that? Who did I approve? Well, I shouldn't know. Who said?
They were just like, look, we have this bomb. We got to make
this Japan. We are so. What would you like? Would you like the rights to Mario? Is that what you would that?
It's a me, Mario. But
40 years earlier.
Yeah, but everything worked out. Everything worked out. Our bomb may or may not have created Godzilla, according to Godzilla -1. So I mean, we created Godzilla. So
at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, so there's a lot that happened. But anyways, yeah, the awkward thing was so weird. But anyways, so let's move on. We'll talk about some other stuff. The one thing that I have on our agenda list to talk about, since we'll stick with movies, is this year it seems like there has been such a huge struggle with superhero movies, Marvel and DC. I mean, DC's always had kind of a struggle, because Warner Brothers is like they're like that Eric Andre meme where they shoot the guy on the couch and they're like, "Why did you make me so violent?"
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, how could we just make this awful?" But I mean, what is your experience with superhero movies? Do you feel like there is a fatigue? Has the bubble bursted? Can it go on, or should we let it die?
So I've only seen,
and that's why I ask you. No, that's why I ask you.
The Iron Man movies, because they were new. The 3 of them. I don't know what other world he's in now. I think he's dead. Spoiler alert. I don't know. I think he died. That's the movie, right? Endgame. That was the game. I've seen the Spider-Man ones. I saw obviously Tobey Maguire, not Andrew Garfield, and then I've seen the Tom Holland ones, except I think the last one.
I love how you're like, all right, I don't watch a universe building movie. I watch 1, 2, and 3. Then I move on to the next zeros. 1, 2, like there's chronologic, and then there's by release date. But you watch it by character.
Yeah. I don't care about what the Captain America. I don't care about him. I don't care.
I don't care about the overarching story, like where it's gonna go. Like
I just want to see Spider-Man be a smartass and kick some butt. That's all I want. That's
you'll like the third Spider-Man, Tom Holland one. You'll like that one. That's the one I'm surprised you didn't see.
Yeah, the last one, I think he did a flip from DC over a helicopter or something, and
that was that's the first one.
All right, then I don't know. I saw another one.
That was a Tom Holland one. Him
and his girlfriend get together.
Yeah. Batman is the villain. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, but I think how long can you make the same movie? Really? They're gonna be there. They're gonna win. We're gonna probably blow up a couple buildings. We're gonna ruin a couple people's days. And it's gonna be fine until the next one. I don't know. It's kind of like it in all actual. It's like if a sports franchise won the World Series 9 years in a row. After year 5, you're like, all right, give it to somebody else. We don't have to keep doing this anymore.
No, I agree. Because I mean, I think one of the things that made comic book movies so good is because at one point at the height of their popularity, they were still scarce.
Right.
I think when they got saturated, that's when like it kind of went, okay, how much more are we gonna do? I mean,
Well, because you brought up the chronological thing, and I see that thing on Facebook. It's like, all right, if you've never watched any of these before, watch this one, watch this one, watch this one, and
it
it's
is a
2
homework
pages
assignment.
of 24 movies, and I'm like, yo, I like do not. I don't have time for this. I just watch Parks and Rec on repeat. Like that's all I do. It's that or Seinfeld. I'm not even paying attention. I just need something to not leave me alone. You know. Like I don't have time
cheap to
to
get
watch.
a pet.
Well, I can't watch. I don't have time to watch New York get screwed up 48 times.
That's true. That's true. I mean, because I mean, one of the things I said this on stage before in an old bit that never goes over well. Like with as many times New York has been attacked in the Avengers movies, I'm just like, does 9/11 mean anything to anyone anymore? Like, you know what I mean, like, I mean it. Like in the first Avengers movie, there's a centipede that crashes through 8 buildings. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, technically, that's 4 times worse. Technically,
none of the villains have been. None of the villains have been. They've all been white. They've all been white, so people care less about that.
So maybe that's why Loki was able to get a spin-off. They were like, oh, okay, it's all right. He's white. He's white.
It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Black Panther, they went away. They're like, we're not going out in the public area. We're going in Mesopotamia or something, whatever.
That's
oh, that was what they used.
Wakanda. What we got? Avengers was an inside job. It can be. It can be. I mean, technically, there was a quasi government within our government in the Avengers world called Hydra.
Bush did the Avengers.
Bush did the Avengers. Which, by the way, if there was ever a president whose idea was to bring about Earth's mightiest heroes, it would absolutely be George W. Bush.
We are gonna avengicate our people.
Like, I'm sorry, Obama would never bring superheroes together. Okay, I'm sorry, he just never would. Okay,
the revengification of the United States.
Dude, he would so do it. He would so do it.
I want to get this drive.
Oh my, dude, that video. The best
video ever. Look, he's like, we're under attack. So is the 7th green.
Dude, that is like what, dude, he did the best promo videos as a president. The best one. Like, look, I don't care what you think about his politics, whether you hated it or loved it, but man, he was so likable. He might have been an asshole, but he was so.
Well, he wasn't. But then we look back after what we've had, and we're like, you know what?
He wasn't that bad.
Now watch some weird things around the holidays, but for the most part.
Well, now watch this drive.
Now watch this drive.
Like, was he a great president? Not really, but man, let me put it this way. If I could party with one president, you know he goes hard. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not talking about a president I agree with. I'm talking about a president that we're going to party hard.
He is going to the bathroom and never entering the stall. Yes, but JFK exists. Well, he did. And I mean, if you open up, there's a lot. Marilyn Monroe. I'd like to party with Marilyn Monroe.
Okay. Well, now we're talking about living or dead presidents. We're talking about living or dead presidents. So,
well, there's a lot more dead to choose from than alive. And one of them close.
Dude, I would hang out with Teddy Roosevelt. He seems like you'd be a cool guy to hang out with.
I could.
Dude got shot in the middle of his inauguration speech, and he like pretty much called the guy who shot him a pussy, and then kept doing his speech. Like, how awful of someone? How awful do you have to feel? You try to assassinate somebody, they get hit, and they're like, "Nah, fam, I'm finishing this fucking speech." Like, no one wants to be at the inauguration speech, and he finished it anyways.
That's a good one.
Yeah. No, he's very, very interesting president. Very
interesting. Roll around with FDR for a little bit.
Dude, FDR, true story.
Wheels
So there's
turning.
a book that talks about like how a lot of these presidents have cheated on their wives like crazy.
Yeah.
And apparently there was a bell system that they, oh my God, that was so weird. A bell system literally went off. Just
That
now.
was great timing.
Great timing. He had a bell system where if Eleanor came home, the Secret Service would ring it, and it would give them enough time to get the hooker out or the sleaze out.
Yeah.
Right? I just thought like, wow, like even in a chair, man, even in a
You
chair.
You think she developed like that whatever effect every time she heard a bell? She knew her.
Instead of like that Christmas movie where if you hear a bell, an angel gets his wings. And you hear a bell, your husband
Every time a bell rings, a hooker makes her rent.
It makes his rent. That's exactly what happened. I love how we're getting so off topic because, well, in all fairness, the Avengers was an inside job that got us to the president stuff.
Yeah,
which
I also know way
funny.
more about presidential affairs than Marvel movies.
It's so. It just we were like because we imagine like what would. I love how like I just love how we don't have any faith in our own country. We're just like, oh, inside job. Yeah, let's talk about this stuff.
Oh, everything was an inside job.
Everything was
an inside job. If they were outside, they wouldn't be here. It's always inside.
Be here. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I think the one thing I love when people start talking conspiracy theories, I love it so much because I love how passionate someone can be about something. Like it is honestly, it sometimes makes me think like I need to work harder at comedy. You know what I mean? Like it makes me question like, do I even love doing stand-up as much as this guy loves digging into the JFK assassination? Like, no. Like, there's people who have models of the Parkland area where, you know what I mean? Like, and they still look at this stuff. That's their hobby. Me, I'm over here like, fuck, I don't want to go to this open mic tonight.
When those people, no. They're on lists.
They're on lists. They don't fly planes often. When
people see them walking down the street, they go to the other side of the road. When people see you walking down the street, they also go to the other side of the road, but that's just because they saw your stand-up.
They just go, ooh, sorry, we saw a hot mess.
You have nothing nice to say.
I use Poppy Gringo just to wash it out. Hope the next one's okay.
Yeah. Third time's a charm.
Yeah. But no. So yeah, I'll tell you what, this year has been an interesting political year, especially, and this year kind of scares the hell out of me a little bit because this is going to be an election year, man, and this is that's the next topic actually, and like, dude, I'm like, I don't think I'm ready. Like, I don't think I'm ready for this, man. Because, like, dude, like, I feel like I'm still hungover from, like, 2 elections ago. You know what I mean? Like
16?
What? Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Because here's the reason why. When Bush left office, we didn't talk about Bush for a very long time. Then when Obama left, we didn't talk about Obama for a long time. But I feel like every day we're bringing up Trump and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Well,
his charges are also being brought up daily, so it's kind of hard when you face a federal indictment in 4 different states.
And then like it's crazy. Like this is gonna be a bloodbath. Like, dude,
he's literally today appealing the ruling that he can't be on the ballot in Colorado. He's literally
saw that
today.
What was your thought about that when you saw that? Like that's like, regardless if you like him or hate him, like this is like historical shit that's happening that's ever happened before. I mean, no one was like, you know, Calvin Coolidge, you can't be on the ballot in Ohio. Like that never happened before.
Yeah.
Like this is, whether you like it or not, it's very fascinating. I'm keeping an eye on this stuff from a legal standpoint because, oh man, it's gonna be a fucking bloodbath, man.
I just like that most election years, the most written in candidate is Mickey Mouse, and at least in 2 states that'll stay true. So that will make me.
Well, this year they have to say Steamboat Willie because
They
that
have
you
to.
don't want to get in trouble now. You don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah. Well,
The Steamboat Willie is the people's Mickey Mouse. Okay, that's the Mickey Mouse that speaks for all of us.
you gonna watch the horror movie?
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna watch it. There's 2 that have been announced and the video game. I'm gonna do all of it, dude. Dude, the video. Okay, the first trailer. I mean, the movie looks cheesy, but I'm gonna watch the fuck out of it. I watched Winnie Pooh, Blood and Honey, so I'm gonna watch this. And then there's another one where it's called the Steamboat, and it looks like it takes
Blue
place in
Blood and Honey. That's your memoir, isn't it?
Blood. It is my memoir. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when everybody finds out I'm truly a serial killer behind this. The comedy's just facade.
Just
Just a facade. That's my true hobby. That's my true JFK assassination stuff. I'm just learning about that. Like, man, how is he that good at making that shot? You know, like. Did you know there's actually a simulator you could play that?
Really?
Yeah, like I'm not gonna play.
I don't like the way my eyebrows moved right there. I saw him go a little too high for comfort. It was like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna practice now. That's what that looked like.
There's a simulator because the point of the simulator is to prove that it can never happen. Like the shot was nearly impossible.
Well, there's a second shooter.
And people are playing it like it's a video game. Like it's one of those like in grade school we had something like this before. So what happened was there was this presentation that was we were teaching us about sweatshops, and they're like, sweatshops are bad. They're awful. Look at this. They gave us the simulations. Like the more money you make, the more these kids suffer. Like you make choice. It's like a Sims game, but you played it like that. It was an actual simulation they gave us. And I'm gonna say I was really good at it. Like I made so much fucking money in that game. And me and my friends were trying, and they had to take the simulation game away from us because we were abusing it.
You know who made that game?
Who?
Steve Jobs.
It was the last great thing he created.
He was seeing if there was enough interest before he started branching out. He's like, could this work? And he's like, that Jesse Pimpinella kid is crushing it. I think it can work. I think I can get this to work.
He's playing it like Angry Birds over here.
Like $20 an hour? Come on.
But dude,
piano, shuffle, and color. Let's get them rolling.
Dude, I swear to God, we got in my school. We got in so much trouble because they caught us cackling and laughing and playing the game. Like, how much money did you make? And they were like, "Nope, we're done with this. We're done with this."
Enough to buy their house.
That's it. It was
$6.
Yeah. Somebody wrote, "Need a Donald Duck movie where he loses his shit on everybody." Funny you say that, Kyle. Funny you say that. A movie kind of exists that way.
It does?
Yeah, there's a movie by Fulci. It's called The New York Ripper. And in the movie, there's a guy who imitates Donald Duck's voice and just murders people left and right. Let me tell you, let me put it this way. If it's a horror movie and you ask me if it exists, I probably have seen it. And
Donald Duck is the Disney one, not the Looney Tunes one. Okay, all right.
Yeah. So he's just murdering people with the Donald Duck voice.
I like that.
So Kyle, if you want to watch that movie, check that out. That's on Shudder. My wife and I watched that, and we were just like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, it's so funny. Like, this woman is getting killed in the movie, and you're like the Donald Duck voice. And you're like, "What in the hell?" And this is like a '70s movie. This is when
acid was big. Yeah,
acid was big. Yeah. So somebody was like, let's make a stalker movie, but the guy does Donald Duck's voice the whole movie. And we don't ever explain it. He just does it. Like, it's never explained in the movie. He just does Donald Duck's voice the whole movie. And it's hilarious. But anyways, so yeah, I love how we got right into horror movies from election year, which this is like a horror movie. I mean, because now we're going to have to sit through all the debates and people getting pissed at each other on Facebook and all that stuff and all that. And also, like, do you feel like your comedy is going, when you do and here's the news, do you feel like you're inevitably going to have to get sucked into that a little bit? Or are you going to be like, no, I'm only going to do one story about that, but I'm going to stay away from it.
I just make fun of everybody.
I do too. Yeah,
Like,
I do too.
I mean, I might if there's a good headline and I can think of a good joke.
Yeah, I
then
mean,
it's there.
in the video thing I did for New Year's Eve, I literally said my special. These are jokes, so surrender and don't get touchy. And I had a picture of Trump and then Biden show up. I mean, at the end of the day, like I miss the old.
You can't say don't be touchy and then put up Biden.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, everybody gets fucking.
I love that.
Everybody gets fucking roasted. Like, I remember. Do you remember the Jib Jab cartoons that were online back in the 2000s?
Yes.
That is what I am. I'm a Jib Jab guy. I like that. Those were bangers all the time.
They were good.
Every year they came out with one. They made fun of everybody. I don't remember anybody going like, "Oh man, this is so fucking dumb. This is stupid. I hate this." Fake news. Everybody laughed. Everybody laughed. It was just a good time.
Yeah, I mean, everybody always, because you didn't have everybody else's opinion. It was just the people you knew.
Yeah,
that was social media until like 2013, and then you're like, wait, who are these people?
Who are these people, and why are their opinions different than mine?
And whoever has a Facebook account now, whoo, okay, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, dude, no. I remember one year we did an election show. I'll never do that again, ever in my life. I did. It's a funny story. Downtown Columbus, Short North, 2016. We're doing a show, and it's a stand-up show where it's political, and we're just doing a bunch of political jokes. On the background of the wall that we have is the Electoral College map. And let me tell you something. You think it was a great idea as a background? Horrible idea. Because as it got redder and redder and redder, people were having nervous breakdowns in the audience.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, the show ended very depressingly. Let's put it that way. And part of me was like, oh, thank God I went first. I was like, thank God I went first.
When there was still a hope for Greg Johnson or whoever it was that year. Gary Johnson, that's what it is.
Yeah. But it was the craziest thing at night. But yeah, I think ever since Jib Jab left the world, that's why the world is in disarray. I think we need more. That
started the downfall of
that did.
Earth.
That did.
Loss of Jib Jab.
There was nothing better than seeing a photo of somebody with their mouth cut open doing this. Like that made you
South Park. Yeah.
South Park. Oh my God. When South Park does that with Saddam, that is like, I don't care how it's so funny. Like it's the dumbest thing ever, but it gets me every fucking time, man.
Solid bit.
It's solid bit all the way, man. Have you been catching their little specials lately?
No.
Oh my God, dude.
They require me to purposely watch something, and that just doesn't happen.
You have to, dude. They did it one that was the Panderverse, where Cartman finds another universe where it's ran by kind of like Disney's Kathleen Kennedy, and they're gender swapping everybody in the show. It's so fucking good.
All right, I might check it out.
It's so good. It makes fun of both sides. It makes both fun of both sides of the argument. And it's so funny because people will be like, yeah, Disney. I'm like, you guys know that made fun of you guys too, right? I didn't know.
Right.
Everybody was skewered. The latest one they did was how Randy gets an OnlyFans, which is just. I love Randy episodes. So
yes,
Randy gets an OnlyFans. I was like, fucking sold. You can't go wrong with a Randy episode. You can't. But anyways, so let's get back on topic. So we've been talking about a lot of like crazy things this year. So here's one thing that happened. This kind of affects the comedy business in a sense. The AI, ChatGPT, all stuff, and yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on this whole thing and how it disrupts the creative process?
I don't know. I haven't dealt with it. I act like I'm 80 now, and I won't download any new apps or learn new technology. So I don't know how any of this works. I saw a part horse, part Mike Tyson the other day, and I knew that was AI's doing, but I don't care. Go for it. If you can't write a joke, then go ahead and ask the computer for one that was already written. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know what you want to do.
I mean, what's scary about it is just it's not so much the creators that are using it, but it's like producers and stuff like that, and trying to like replace comedy and all that stuff, and replace.
Here's the deal. All right. Here's what Chat GPT is going to do. It's going to be like a Squid Games in a sense.
Okay, I
How it's
like
called.
this. How's
One
this?
person, there's 1,000 comics. One person's material is all generated through AI. We do not know who that is.
Oh
If
my
that one
God.
person wins some kind of American Idol type deal, then we all quit comedy.
Dude, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I kind of want to play that. Like, I kind of want to play that. So let me make sure I get this straight. So let's just say we get 20 comics, and one of them's material is 100% Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say as long as there's 5 hacks in the room, we're not gonna be able to find the Chat GPT guy with confidence.
I think you could.
You won't find him.
You'll you'll find just a normal hack when you read a Chat GPT joke and you hear somebody in the back that goes, "Damn it, he stole my closer." I had that same joke.
That exact same joke, word for word.
It's like, yeah, AI wrote that. Whiz.
Yeah, I mean it is an interesting tool. I'll admit I do use it for certain things. It is so good for like so example, like I had to do the Halloween shows on here, right? So that what's nice is that I can format a show. I'll be like, format a show that talks about this, includes these topics and this and that, and it has the show built this way and that way. So it'll like give me the topics and like the rundown for the show, and
Mm,
then from there we're improvising, we're doing everything around it. So it's kind of like having like how an audience gives suggestions of whose line. I use the AI as the audience.
got it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is benefits to using AI, but I think when you start using it for the creative output,
Right.
rather than I think that's when you got a problem.
Like, I need a joke. Write me a joke.
Yeah, like most of the time I'll be like, okay, I need a top 10 greatest Christmas adjacent movies of all time. And you just ask it, and it'll give you the top 10 from all the websites it's reading and all that stuff. And then it's like, great, I can not only do I have to, I just have the list right there and it's done. You know what I mean? So stuff like that I think is appropriate. But I think when you're like, write me the best dick joke ever. That's
Look
that.
down.
Yeah. I think that's when it becomes an issue. But it's interesting you brought up Squid Games. Have you seen Squid Games?
No, not a second of it.
Oh,
I've just seen the talk about it. I know they get shot if they like lose at red light, green light. Like
yeah. That's about it.
let them down. I wish I could do that.
Oh, dude, no. The Squid.
Go to a playground, like red light, green light,
Red
light.
Oh, you want to be the guy who holds the rifle. I love how I thought for a second you were saying you want to play the Squid Games. You want to just be employed by them.
Simon didn't say. Olivia's dead.
Olivia's dead. Dude, that show is so good. And it's so good that Netflix made a reality show about it.
I saw that, which like, can I shoot people on that one then?
No, you can't. They have ink jetpacks, so
it's paintball?
Yeah. No, they don't even get shot with paintball. It's already in them. It's under their shirts.
It was inside of you the whole time.
It was inside of you. Yeah. But like,
that's what she said.
But no, dude, you want to know the dumbest thing about the Squid Game reality show is?
Yes.
The last game they play, it's the only last game they play, is rock, paper, scissors for $4.56 million.
Wow.
They built a whole hour up to like, this is the biggest game you're going to play. This is it. And they play rock, paper, scissors. I'm thinking, like,
What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, they're going to see who goes first. And I'm like, oh, shit, no, that's the game. So as soon as she wins, they literally go, you won. And I'm like, okay, she gets to go first. No, you win $4.56 million.
So if we're playing, what are you going? Rock, paper, scissors.
Ooh, so this is interesting because they said like the reason why they went with this was to see initial responses, to see what people would do. So how about this? We'll play real fast. So put your hand off screen. Put your hand off screen.
Okay.
And put up. And then what we'll do is we'll raise our hands up and see what we chose naturally. Okay.
All right.
All right. Ready? On when I say 3, reveal it. Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Damn. Okay.
I knew you were going scissors.
How'd you know? Okay, so this is something they talked about, that they said that rock, paper, scissors can become strategy if you've talked to the person long enough. So what made you think I was going to do scissors?
Oh, no, it's the easiest way for your body to move. You're already hitting it down, right? So 1, 2, 3. That's just an easy.
Wouldn't this be easy? Wouldn't just leaving it like that?
You're not going to do that.
Why am I not going to do that?
You're going to change it up. You're doing this the whole time.
Oh my God.
You're not just going to keep it. You want to change it. You're already showing rock. I need to change it.
You like how Hunger Games had mentors? I want you to be a mentor for the Squid Games. Everything you're saying, part of me is like, this is fucking horse shit. But then there's another part of me that's like, he's right.
I got playground knowledge, brother.
He's got a point. I was thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to feel like I've conformed too much. So I'm going to do this.
As soon as you said it, the only thing I was thinking, I was like, what would I choose? And I'm like, scissors. Or I'm going to go rock because you're going to
try again. Let's try again real quickly. All right? Real quick. All right. Let's see and so this is for $4.56 million. All right. 4.56. You know what I mean. Okay, we're gonna make a lot of money here. Okay, this is it. This is it. You have everything you want. Ready? Yeah. On the count of 3, reveal. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, okay.
Both paper.
Right. Yeah. So you chose paper. Why did you choose paper?
I don't know. After that one, I just went.
My expertise goes out the window after the first round.
I only know one, man.
I can't get past the first round.
It's easy. The first one's easy. There's 50-50 odds. You're going to go scissors or you're going to go paper. You're not going to go rock. After that, don't ask me.
After that. But have you ever, okay, so what's very interesting about the Squid Game, I want to talk to you about the show because the show is really damn good and you should watch it. I can't tell you how much I think it show's a great show. I've watched it through I think 5 times already.
Okay.
It's quick, it's fast. I think it's only 8 episodes. So, but okay, so let me ask you this. If someone came up to you, said that you can wipe out all your debts, all you have to do is play a bunch of kid games for the money, would you do it? But you would face certain death. You would absolutely face certain death. That's the thing. It's the closest.
Probably not. Who? It's like I'm going to a party in high school. Who's gonna be there? You know.
Who's gonna be there?
If it's kickball and it's me and the soccer team, I'm probably not gonna play. You know.
Dude, that would fucking suck. That would fucking suck. Because that's so funny. Because I was watching. So me and my wife were watching the new Hunger Games movie, right? And I was just thinking, okay, the age range is from 12 to 18 that you could be a tribute. And I told my wife, because this is supposed to be a tragic thing, what government can devolve into. And I literally turned to my wife and go, how cool would it be if I was the 18-year-old tribute and everybody else was 12? I would easily win.
Yeah, you'd mow them down for sure.
You just mow them down. You know what I mean? The sky's the limit. Yeah, but that was literally my first thought, and I'm thinking that's the difference between me and my wife. But yeah, so in that case with the Hunger Games, let me put it this way: if all the other districts already had their tributes and I see they're all 12, I'm gonna be like, I nominate.
Yeah, I'll play.
Yeah, I'll play it because I think I can. I'm not saying that I want to kill 12 years old, but I'm going to take the sin away from my people. I'm going to make a lot of money, and it's going to be awful. It's going to be awful.
I substitute teach. I keep that comment to myself.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to say shit like that. It's like, what happened? Zach's had some interesting opinions on what if he was in the Hunger Game movies.
Yeah, wow.
He apparently thinks he's going to be the LeBron of Hunger Games.
Wow, prestige worldwide. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow. Anything but what we were talking about.
Anything but what we were talking about. Indeed. All right, let's go to this question. We'll have more minutes. I think this is a question I find interesting with comedians. Is Twitter X, whatever it's called now, do you think it's still relevant? Do you think it's a lot of changes happen? We got rid of the bird. I'm not even sure if tweets are tweets anymore.
I don't know. I mean, I don't use it. I was in the media for a while, so that's why I kept it. It's good for news gathering. You don't want to go to every individual one, and you can still get new because reporters still do that. But as far as like back how we used to use it when it came out, no. Nobody wants to go to Elon's world.
Yeah.
Bring back E-Bomb's world. Get rid of Elon's world. That's what I want.
It just feels so like every time I would open it up, it almost feels like a spam folder half the time.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. No, I deleted the app. I still have my Twitter because I had like some bangers I wanted to preserve, but it's not on my phone anymore. You know.
Oh, but
I mean, I had some good ones. You know. From college, Zach was reckless.
I love it. It's like they could be incriminating, but it's like, no, I want people to see them.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna laugh before you're like, we should probably arrest that guy. You know, you're like, shit, this guy's funny. He's definitely going to jail, but like that was a good one, right? That was one of the better ones.
I sometimes think the group chats that I'm in, I think I entertain the NSA way too much for them to want to arrest me. I personally think I'm that full of shit. I'm like thinking like, man, this joke is so off. But man, it's like I think I'm gonna start hearing my Alexa laugh. Like I think that's how funny I think some of these jokes are. I'm like, dude, this is like, but I some of the people I'm in a group chat with, they were all comedians, and we have this rule. If any of us, for any reason, became like loaded, rich, famous, right?
Yeah.
Is everybody has promised to destroy their phones as fast as humanly possible, and whoever got famous reimburses everybody a phone.
That's a good, solid call. There.
That's a good call. And I mean, burn the phone. Don't just smash it. They can put that shit back together. Chemically alter this product.
Yeah, burn it. Yeah, burn it. Get the ashes. Bury it under your new mansion. That's what you do. Yeah,
that's why they call burner phones burners. All right, that's it right there. Yeah, because it's. I mean, I've been in places where my brother is probably is funnier than me. He is one of those out of pocket human beings.
Yeah,
and he has. What?
Your brother is George Santos.
George Santos.
Out of pocket.
He's very out of pocket, yes. My George Santos is everybody's brother, really, if you think about it.
I mean, I think he would have you believe that.
Well, I mean, brother-ish. I mean,
more daddy, but
or daddy indeed, yeah.
Daddy Santos.
Daddy Santos.
BGS,
oh man,
BDS, Big Daddy Santos.
Big Daddy Santos
coming your way.
Oh man. Well, right now we're at the top of the hour. That's all the time we got, man. But hey, Zach, thank you so much for doing this with me. I really appreciate it. Like I said to everybody, just wanted to let everybody else people are going to be watching on the reruns of this. We're going to be moving the show to Monday, everybody. Monday. So I'll announce more stuff on At the Grown Ups Table webpage and everything. So stay tuned for that. Zach, you got anything you want to plug? Anything you want to say to the audience? Your pages or anything?
Yeah, Instagram at Zach Harley, ZACH, Harley, HARLEY. The last 4 shows I've done, they have called me Hartley or Hurley. It is Harley, like the most famous motorcycle brand in the country. TikTok is at Zach Harley Comedy. It's the same videos. I just ran into a guy once that said, "What's your TikTok?" So now I have a TikTok.
Now you have a TikTok.
Because I didn't beforehand.
You have to. You have to. You got to get the ring light. You got to get it all, man.
I got 2 ring lights right around my bed, which might be worrisome if anyone.
Oh, man. Tom, thanks for watching, man. Appreciate it. Oh, man. But anyways, like I said, catch Zach Harley, catch his special, or the little TikTok things he does. Not soon to be, it would be a special. If you put all those together.
Little TikTok things. Go play with the little TikToks.
If you put all of those together, you would have a funny fucking and New Year's Eve special next year. I promise you.
Yeah.
You should. I honestly think you should.
I'll put something together.
You should. But anyways, check out his TikToks, man. Check them out.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Jesse. That's Zach. You've been sitting at the Grown Ups Table. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.
Bye-bye.